Welcome, fellow seekers of the unknown, to the darkened crypt. I am your host, Mr. Cornwell, and tonight we descend into mysteries that may be more interconnected than we ever dared imagine. From the depths of space comes 3I Atlas, an interstellar visitor that defies every natural explanation. In the skies above New Jersey, mysterious drones patrol with purposes unknown. And across our planet, from Colombia to Japan, metallic spheres dance through our atmosphere with impossible agility. Could these phenomena share a common origin? Are we witnessing the opening moves of contact, or something far more complex? Tonight, we explore the possibility that these events are not separate mysteries, but chapters in the same cosmic narrative. A story that began when 3I Atlas entered our solar system and may be reaching its climax in our very skies. Let us begin with what we know, and what that knowledge might reveal about forces beyond our understanding. In the Chilean mountains, the Very Large Telescope pierced the darkness of space and discovered something that shattered astronomical expectations. The object designated 3Y Atlas appeared to be an interstellar comet, but its composition told a different story entirely: pure nickel, a metallurgical signature that exists nowhere in nature. Dr. Avi Loeb of Harvard University examined the spectroscopic data and declared it very strange, very bizarre. But his words carried deeper implications than mere academic curiosity. This was a signature of industrial production, refined metal of a quality that exceeds even our most advanced manufacturing processes. But how could this be? When supernovas forge elements in their death throes, they create complex mixtures. Iron and nickel emerge together, bound by the same cosmic furnace that creates gold and silver. Nature does not refine. Nature does not purify to industrial standards. Yet here was an object, traveling for potentially 12 billion years, carrying within its core evidence of technologies we barely comprehend.
When it arrives closest to the sun, the Earth would be on the opposite side, and we won't be able to observe it. But that's exactly the time when it could do a maneuver to slow down and visit us.
Consider the mathematical improbabilities. 3. I Atlas originates from the thick disk of our galaxy, a region populated by ancient objects from when the universe was young and metals were scarce. In that primordial cosmos, how could natural processes achieve such refined metallurgy? Could it be that this object is not a natural wanderer, but a manufactured one? A probe dispatched by intelligences that achieved interstellar travel when our own solar system was merely cosmic dust? The trajectory supports this hypothesis. While natural objects hurtle through space on chaotic vectors, 3I Atlas travels with precision along the ecliptic plane, the same geometric plane inhabited by our planets. This allows what can only be described as a systematic survey of our solar system, with planned encounters and optimal observation angles. Dr. John Brandenburg, whose credentials span decades of plasma physics and aerospace collaboration, drew a comparison that illuminates the core issue. Calling 3I Atlas a comet, he said, is like calling a platypus a duck simply because it has a bill. The composition resembles Mars's atmosphere more than any known comet, but could there be deeper connections? Could this interstellar visitor be more than an isolated anomaly? The answer may lie not in the depths of space, but in the skies above our own planet. In December 2024, the skies above New Jersey became a theatre for the unexplained. Night after night, witnesses reported formations of aircraft unlike anything in conventional military arsenals. Not the familiar patterns of helicopters or the predictable routes of commercial aviation, but something else entirely. These craft exhibited characteristics that challenged our understanding of aerodynamics. Silent operation despite their size, hovering capabilities that exceeded known drone technology, formation flying with precision that suggested either advanced artificial intelligence or remote coordination by sophisticated operators. Government officials offered explanations that satisfied few. Commercial drones, they suggested, military exercises, mass hysteria. Yet the sightings continued, spread across multiple states, and exhibited behaviors that defied these simple categorizations. But what if the timing was not coincidental? What if the appearance of these mysterious aircraft correlated with something far more significant than domestic drone activity? 3I Atlas entered our solar system's inner regions in late 2024, the same period when New Jersey's skies began their nightly displays of unexplained aerial phenomena. Could these drones represent reconnaissance technology, not launched from terrestrial military bases, but deployed from an interstellar command center that has been observing our planet with increasing intensity? Consider the operational characteristics. These craft demonstrate flight patterns consistent with surveillance operations, systematic coverage of population centers, infrastructure assessment, and response testing. They appear when expected, operate within predictable parameters, yet maintain capabilities that exceed our current technological framework. If 3I Atlas serves as a mothership or command platform, the New Jersey drones could represent its deployed assets. Smaller, more maneuverable craft designed for close-range observation and data collection. But the story extends beyond New Jersey. Reports emerged from multiple states, Pennsylvania, New York, Maryland, describing similar phenomena. A coordinated operation spanning hundreds of miles, executed with precision that suggests either unprecedented human organization or non-human intelligence. The craft exhibited what intelligence analysts call adaptive behavior. When confronted by military aircraft, they dispersed. When monitored by ground observers, they altered their patterns. This suggests either highly sophisticated artificial intelligence or real-time control by operators with extensive surveillance capabilities. Mr. Cornwell, could these operators be monitoring our military response capabilities, testing our detection systems, evaluating our reaction times and coordination protocols, or could they be preparing for something larger? While New Jersey's skies hosted their mysterious drones, another phenomenon was unfolding across the globe. From the mountains of Colombia to the urban centers of Japan, metallic spheres were dancing through our atmosphere with impossible agility. These were not the familiar weather balloons or conventional aircraft that populate our skies. Witnesses described perfectly spherical objects, metallic in appearance, demonstrating flight characteristics that defied conventional physics: instant acceleration, right-angle turns at high velocity, the ability to hover motionless before disappearing at speeds that challenge tracking systems. The Booga spheres, named after multiple sightings in Colombia's Booga region, became the most documented examples of this global phenomenon. Local authorities, initially dismissive, found themselves confronting evidence that challenged their explanations. Video footage captured these objects exhibiting coordinated behavior, moving in formations, responding to each other's movements, demonstrating what could only be described as intelligence, either artificial or biological. But could these spheres share common origins with both 3I Atlas and the New Jersey drones? Could they represent different components of the same operational framework? Consider the functional specialization. If 3I Atlas serves as a command platform and the New Jersey drones provide regional surveillance, the global spheres could represent rapid response units, highly maneuverable assets capable of detailed investigation and close contact operations. The spheres demonstrate capabilities that complement the other phenomena. Where the drones provide systematic surveillance, the spheres offer precision investigation. Where 3I Atlas maintains operational distance, the spheres can approach within meters of human activity. Reports from multiple continents describe these objects showing apparent interest in specific locations. Military installations, nuclear facilities, advanced technology centers, infrastructure nodes critical to modern civilization. Dr. Beatrice Villarreal's research adds disturbing context to these questions. Her analysis of pre-Sputnik astronomical photographs reveals artificial objects in Earth's orbit decades before humanity achieved spaceflight capability. This suggests monitoring operations that predate our space age by generations. If accurate, the current wave of sightings might represent not initial contact, but an escalation of ongoing surveillance, a shift from passive observation to active reconnaissance. The spheres demonstrate capabilities that complement the other phenomena. Where the drones provide systematic surveillance, the spheres offer precision investigation. Where 3I Atlas maintains operational distance, the spheres can approach within meters of human activity. The evidence points toward a disturbing possibility. These phenomena are not separate events, but components of an integrated operation spanning multiple platforms and capabilities. 3. I-Atlas serves as the command and control center, a mobile platform positioned for optimal solar system oversight. Its pure nickel construction suggests manufacturing capabilities far exceeding our own, possibly indicating self-repair or adaptive systems designed for extended interstellar operations. The New Jersey drones represent regional surveillance assets, craft designed for systematic intelligence gathering over specific geographic areas. Their operational characteristics suggest either advanced artificial intelligence or remote piloting by operators with extensive Earth surveillance experience. The global spheres function as tactical reconnaissance units, highly maneuverable platforms capable of detailed investigation and close proximity operations. Their worldwide deployment indicates either multiple launch platforms or manufacturing capabilities that allow rapid asset replacement and deployment. But convergence theory raises troubling questions about operational objectives. If these systems work in coordination, what larger purpose drives their deployment? One possibility involves resource assessment. Earth possesses unique biological and geological characteristics that might prove valuable to interstellar civilizations. The systematic surveillance could be mapping these resources for future exploitation or preservation. Another possibility focuses on technological evaluation. Human civilization has achieved rapid technological advancement in recent decades. Our nuclear capabilities, space exploration programs, and artificial intelligence development might represent either opportunities for collaboration or threats requiring management. A third possibility concerns biological assessment. Earth's biodiversity and human genetic variability could represent unique assets in a galaxy where life-bearing worlds prove rare. The close proximity operations conducted by the spheres might involve biological sampling or genetic cataloging. Dr. Beatrice Villarreal's research adds disturbing context to these questions. Her analysis of pre-Sputnik astronomical photographs reveals artificial objects in Earth's orbit decades before humanity achieved spaceflight capability. If accurate, the current wave of sightings might represent not initial contact, but an escalation of ongoing surveillance, a shift from passive observation to active reconnaissance. But convergence theory raises troubling questions about operational objectives. If these systems work in coordination, what larger purpose drives their deployment? If convergence theory proves accurate, current events might represent the preliminary phases of formal contact between human civilization and non-human intelligence. Consider the operational progression. Initial surveillance by 3Y Atlas established solar system oversight and communication capabilities. Regional reconnaissance by the New Jersey drones mapped population centers, infrastructure and military capabilities. Global deployment of spheres enabled detailed assessment of technological and biological assets. The timing suggests coordination with terrestrial events. 3. Atlas arrived during a period of increased global tensions, technological advancement, and environmental challenges. Earth's civilization stands at potential inflection points that might influence interstellar policy regarding intervention or contact. Nuclear weapons, proliferation, climate change acceleration, artificial intelligence development, space exploration, expansion. Each represents either opportunities for collaboration or threats requiring management from the perspective of advanced interstellar civilizations. But contact theory assumes benevolent or neutral intentions. Could these operations serve different purposes entirely? The systematic nature of current surveillance suggests intelligence gathering that exceeds simple scientific curiosity. Military-style reconnaissance operations typically precede either diplomatic contact or hostile action. The extensive mapping of our capabilities could serve either peaceful or aggressive objectives. Dr. Brandenburg's analysis of 3Y Atlas composition revealed metallurgy that exceeds our manufacturing capabilities. This suggests access to resources and technologies that could render our defensive systems irrelevant. If hostile intentions drive current operations, human civilization faces challenges beyond our current preparation levels. Yet the operational characteristics suggest restraint rather than aggression. These platforms demonstrate capabilities that could enable overwhelming force projection, yet they maintain distance and avoid direct confrontation. This might indicate either peaceful intentions or operational protocols that prioritize intelligence gathering over immediate action. If convergence theory proves accurate, current events might represent the preliminary phases of formal contact between human civilization and non-human intelligence. Each phase gathered information necessary for the next escalation, understanding our detection capabilities, evaluating our response protocols, assessing our technological sophistication and defensive capabilities. Recent claims about intercepted communications from 3Y Atlas, while lacking verification from credible sources, raise important questions about contact protocols and information management. Social media reports describing Morse code transmissions and cryptographic messages, though unsubstantiated, reflect human expectations about how interstellar communication might unfold. We anticipate radio signals, mathematical sequences, or symbolic representations that align with our technological frameworks. But advanced civilizations capable of interstellar travel might employ communication methods that exceed our detection capabilities or conceptual understanding. The pure nickel composition of 3Y Atlas might itself constitute a message, a demonstration of manufacturing capabilities that serves as both identification and warning. The coordinated behavior of the spheres and drones suggests real-time communication systems that operate beyond our monitoring range. These platforms exchange information, coordinate movements, and adapt to changing circumstances through methods we cannot intercept or decode. Could they be attempting communication through their operational patterns? Formation flying that represents symbolic language, flight trajectories that encode mathematical or scientific information? Proximity approaches that test our response capabilities while transmitting data about their peaceful intentions. If communication attempts are occurring, our failure to recognize or respond appropriately might influence their assessment of human intelligence and cooperation potential. The psychic remote viewer Chris Bledsoe predicted significant astronomical events during Easter 2026, months before 3Y Atlas was discovered. His timeline aligns precisely with the proposed Juno probe encounter mission. Could this represent genuine institutional confusion or coordinated information management designed to prevent public panic while investigation continues? The recent disclosure of additional gimbal video footage suggests government agencies possess extensive documentation of unexplained aerial phenomena. If the released segments represent only portions of available evidence, classified archives might contain information that fundamentally alters our understanding of current events. The timing of these disclosures, coinciding with increased sighting reports and 3I Atlas observations, might indicate preparation for more extensive revelations. Government agencies could be managing public expectations through gradual disclosure that prepares society for more significant announcements. Or the limited nature of official information might reflect genuine uncertainty about phenomena that challenge established scientific and security frameworks. Even advanced government capabilities might prove inadequate for understanding technologies that exceed human developmental trajectories by thousands or millions of years. The recent disclosure of additional gimbal video footage suggests government agencies possess extensive documentation of unexplained aerial phenomena. If the released segments represent only portions of available evidence, classified archives might contain information that fundamentally alters our understanding of current events. The scientific community's reaction to these phenomena reveals the challenges of addressing evidence that exceeds conventional theoretical frameworks. Dr. Avi Loeb's analysis of 3I Atlas represents mainstream astronomical willingness to consider unconventional explanations when evidence demands serious consideration. His description of the pure nickel composition as an industrial production signature acknowledges implications that challenge traditional assumptions about interstellar objects. Yet institutional scientific culture remains conservative regarding conclusions that suggest non-human technology. Peer review processes favor explanations that align with established theories, even when such explanations require multiple improbable assumptions. The sphere phenomena and drone sightings face similar analytical challenges. Individual observations can be dismissed as misidentifications or hoaxes. Systematic patterns suggesting coordinated behavior require explanations that challenge conventional aerospace understanding. Scientists investigating these phenomena must balance empirical honesty with professional credibility. Conclusions suggesting non-human technology risk marginalization within academic communities that prioritize conventional explanations. Dr. Brandenburg's comparison of 3I Atlas to Mars's atmosphere rather than cometary composition illustrates scientific willingness to acknowledge anomalous data while avoiding explicit speculation about artificial origins. The evidence suggests manufacturing, but academic protocols require extraordinary evidence for extraordinary claims. This creates analytical paralysis when dealing with phenomena that might represent technologies exceeding human capabilities by orders of magnitude. Scientific methods designed for terrestrial investigation might prove inadequate for evaluating evidence of advanced non-human technology. Could the current wave of sightings represent a test of human scientific and institutional capabilities? Are we being evaluated on our ability to recognize, analyze, and respond appropriately to evidence of non-human intelligence? This creates analytical paralysis when dealing with phenomena that might represent technologies exceeding human capabilities by orders of magnitude. Scientific methods designed for terrestrial investigation might prove inadequate for evaluating evidence of advanced non-human technology. Could the current wave of sightings represent a test of human scientific and institutional capabilities? Are we being evaluated on our ability to recognize, analyze, and respond appropriately to evidence of non-human intelligence? If the convergence theory proves accurate, the implications extend far beyond scientific curiosity or national security concerns. The presence of advanced non-human intelligence actively monitoring Earth civilization represents a fundamental shift in human understanding of our place in the universe. Economic systems based on resource scarcity might require reassessment if interstellar civilizations possess manufacturing capabilities that exceed terrestrial limitations. The pure nickel composition of 3I Atlas suggests access to resources and processing methods that could revolutionize human technology and industry. Political structures developed around terrestrial geography and resource competition might prove obsolete when dealing with civilizations capable of interstellar travel and system-wide surveillance operations. National sovereignty concepts become complex when dealing with platforms that operate across multiple countries without regard for territorial boundaries. Religious and philosophical frameworks centered on human uniqueness face fundamental challenges when confronted with evidence of intelligence that predates human civilization by billions of years. The implications for human purpose, cosmic significance, and spiritual understanding require reassessment of core beliefs. Social structures might experience disruption as populations process the reality of non-human intelligence actively monitoring human activities. Historical precedents for contact between civilizations with vast technological disparities suggest potential for both beneficial collaboration and exploitative relationships. The sphere phenomena and drone operations demonstrate surveillance capabilities that render human privacy concepts obsolete. If advanced non-human intelligence monitors human activities at will, traditional assumptions about personal freedom and societal control require fundamental re-examination. Yet these challenges might pale compared to the opportunities such contact might represent. Technologies capable of interstellar travel and advanced manufacturing could address climate change, resource depletion, and energy limitations that threaten human civilization sustainability. Access to galactic information networks might provide scientific knowledge that accelerates human understanding by millennia. Medical technologies capable of supporting interstellar travel could address diseases and aging processes that limit human potential. The key question becomes whether such interaction proceeds through voluntary cooperation or imposed management by civilizations that view human development as either beneficial or threatening to larger galactic interests. The key question becomes whether such interaction proceeds through voluntary cooperation or imposed management by civilizations that view human development as either beneficial or threatening to larger galactic interests. The timing of current events suggests operational schedules that exceed human planning horizons while aligning with cosmic cycles that might influence interstellar policy decisions. 3. Atlas has traveled for potentially 12 billion years before arriving in our solar system during this specific period in human development. Such timing suggests either extraordinary coincidence or deliberate planning that coordinates interstellar operations with terrestrial civilizational development phases. Human civilization currently exhibits characteristics that might trigger intervention protocols established by interstellar management systems. Nuclear weapons capability, climate alteration on planetary scales, space exploration that might eventually enable interstellar travel, artificial intelligence development that could produce non-biological intelligence. Each represents potential inflection points where terrestrial civilizations either achieve sustainable interstellar capability or experience catastrophic failure that eliminates them as cosmic factors. Advanced civilizations might monitor developing worlds specifically during these transition periods. The sphere phenomena and drone operations demonstrate escalating observation intensity that correlates with accelerating human technological development. As our capabilities approach potential breakthrough thresholds, surveillance operations intensify correspondingly. Could current events represent evaluation protocols that determine whether human civilization receives assistance, intervention, or isolation based on our demonstrated capabilities and intentions? The Easter 2026 timeline, predicted by Chris Bledsoe, aligns with proposed Juno probe encounters with 3I Atlas. This could represent either scheduled contact events or natural intersection points where evaluation protocols reach decision phases. If current operations serve assessment purposes, the next 18 months might prove critical for determining humanity's future relationship with interstellar intelligence networks that apparently monitor developing civilizations throughout the galaxy. If current operations serve assessment purposes, the next 18 months might prove critical for determining humanity's future relationship with interstellar intelligence networks that apparently monitor developing civilizations throughout the galaxy. Not all possibilities suggest benevolent contact or mutual cooperation. The systematic nature of current surveillance operations might indicate preparation for intervention that prioritizes interstellar policy over human autonomy. Advanced civilizations capable of interstellar travel necessarily possess technologies that could overwhelm terrestrial defensive capabilities. The pure nickel composition of 3I Atlas suggests manufacturing processes that exceed human capabilities by orders of magnitude. If interstellar policy determines that human development threatens galactic stability through nuclear weapons proliferation, environmental destruction, or aggressive space exploration, intervention might prioritize containment over cooperation. The sphere phenomena demonstrate capabilities that could enable comprehensive population monitoring and control. Technology that can approach within meters of human activity while remaining largely undetected could support either benevolent guidance or oppressive management, depending on operator intentions. Historical precedents for contact between civilizations with vast technological disparities rarely favor the less developed culture. Even well-intentioned intervention often results in cultural destruction, dependency relationships, and loss of autonomous development capabilities. Could the current wave of surveillance represent preparation for managed contact, designed to control human technological development within parameters deemed safe by interstellar oversight systems? The coordinated nature of operations across multiple platforms suggests institutional rather than exploratory objectives. This level of systematic surveillance typically precedes either diplomatic contact or administrative intervention by governing authorities. Yet resistance might prove both futile and unnecessary. If interstellar civilizations possess monitoring capabilities demonstrated by current phenomena, human activities already exist within their comprehensive surveillance networks. Privacy, autonomous development, and independent decision-making might represent illusions maintained for psychological rather than practical reasons. The question becomes whether such management serves human interests through guidance that prevents civilizational collapse or restricts human potential to maintain interstellar stability at the expense of terrestrial autonomy. If current events represent preliminary phases of direct contact, human civilization faces unprecedented challenges in preparing for interaction with intelligence that exceeds our capabilities by unknown margins. Individual governments lack frameworks for dealing with technologies that operate across national boundaries without regard for terrestrial sovereignty. International cooperation becomes essential when addressing phenomena that treat Earth as a single administrative unit. Scientific institutions require expanded theoretical frameworks that acknowledge non-human technology as legitimate research subjects, rather than fringe speculation requiring extraordinary evidence standards. The pure nickel composition of 3I Atlas demands serious scientific attention, regardless of implications for traditional astronomical theories. Military organizations designed for terrestrial conflict face obsolescence when dealing with platforms that demonstrate capabilities exceeding known defensive countermeasures. The sphere phenomena and drone operations suggest technologies that could render conventional military responses irrelevant. Yet preparation might focus less on resistance than on communication and cooperation protocols. If contact proves inevitable, human responses could influence whether such interaction proceeds through mutual respect or administrative management. Educational systems might require fundamental updates that prepare populations for realities that challenge traditional assumptions about human uniqueness, cosmic significance, and technological development trajectories. Religious and philosophical institutions face opportunities to expand understanding of consciousness, intelligence, and purpose within cosmic contexts that include non-human perspectives developed over billions of years of interstellar experience. The sphere phenomena suggest intelligence gathering that evaluates human responses to unexplained stimuli. Our reactions to current events might serve as assessment criteria for determining appropriate contact protocols. Responses characterized by scientific curiosity, international cooperation, and peaceful intentions might encourage open communication. Reactions dominated by fear, aggression, or institutional denial might suggest humanity requires managed contact that limits potential for disruptive responses. Responses characterized by scientific curiosity, international cooperation, and peaceful intentions might encourage open communication. Reactions dominated by fear, aggression, or institutional denial might suggest humanity requires managed contact that limits potential for disruptive responses. As we reach the end of our journey, the enigma of the sphere phenomena, the visitor from deep space, the seismic shifts in global understanding, several truths emerge. Humanity stands at the threshold of unprecedented change. The events explored tonight underscore the necessity for unity, open-mindedness, the courage to question what we think we know. Governments must adapt. Scientists must expand their horizons. Every individual must be willing to reconsider their place in the cosmos. But what should you, the seeker of truth, do when faced with the unknown? First, resist the temptation of fear and denial. Instead, cultivate curiosity, cultivate critical thinking. Seek out credible information. Question narratives, remain open to possibilities that challenge conventional wisdom. Engage in discussions that foster understanding rather than division. And above all, remember that our collective response may shape the future of contact, whether it unfolds through mutual respect or imposed boundaries. If tonight's revelations have sparked your curiosity or inspired new questions, the mysteries of our universe are far from solved. Join us as we continue to illuminate the shadows at the edge of human knowledge. If you found value in tonight's exploration, like this video, share it with fellow seekers. Subscribe to The Darkened Crypt. Until next time, remain vigilant, remain curious, the greatest mysteries are yet to come.